Hey, Devlin. Hey, Jake. Let's let a couple people jump on, and then we're going to load into Suyana. I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm going to look at it to see. We're going to look at what Carlos has done in real time right with you guys. So I've only seen screenshots that he sent me like over the last 2 weeks, week and a half. So I figured we'd wait and let's just jump in together and kind of see what it looks like. See what he has done. Did you guys end up having a good Monday? It's good. I don't know if they do a Planet Water Park as much as a water park, maybe expansion to Planet Coaster 2, possibly. I don't see them creating another planet with as much as they were hammered just by the general public of wanting to know when like water parks were coming. I don't see them making another Planet Coaster without having water parks in mind. Hey, Herman. How you doing, buddy? Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, hopefully you get to catch this tomorrow. I'm sure it's probably really, really late where you're at. So we're going to jump in and check out and see what CarlosG72 did for us in Suyana. He's had the park for like a little over a week and a half. I think what we'll do is when I get home tomorrow, I'll do some proper cinematics and get a cinematic of Suyana with his part finished now, and kind of just, you know, then we'll stream it later, but definitely want to get some cinematics out. I still don't have the cinematics finished for Cayenne Al-Bashar either. Got to finish that. We've just been having too much fun doing all this live streaming. But anyways, yeah, let's get loaded into this and kind of see what he has, see what he's come up with. I know he was doing like a nature trail for me, and he said he added a habitat. So yeah. Hey, Herman, does audio sound good? Does everything sound good with this? I know we're about 4.5 minutes in, but just want to make sure you guys are hearing me good. You guys should see these come through as 1080p now as well. I had a couple of streams ago, I had it set on 720, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's up that. Good deal. Suyana's getting pretty big. It takes a minute or so to load in. Thanks, Bluefin. Oh, crap. I am liking this already. So he's built us an elevated nature trail with custom fencing. And added us some bongos. Look at the structural support. Amani Trail. I think this is going to be a fine addition to Suyana. This is odd. I mean, this is exactly the type of dead ends you notice in zoos, you know? Look at this containment netting on this wall. This is killer. Everything's so nice and shaded over here for them, too. Just the overflow foliage. They've got like their little trail through here. I knew giving this to him, this was going to turn out epic. I didn't know he was going to add bongos, though. They just add a perfect touch for this. Got like this, the two-tiered fencing. This is, you're right, Blackbeard, this is awesome. Got the bamboo fencing out here to kind of keep people out of the brush. Even overgrows onto the path a little. That's awesome. This naturalistic kind of, this layout was kind of missing from Suyana. It just seems like this complements this area so stinking well. So he put this, okay, so this is above our rhino exhibit and all that. Good stinking spot. Let's just pan out a minute and kind of see the area that he covered. That is awesome, and it ties in right with that tiger walkway. Just filled in that gap up there perfect. Let's get some, let me change it over to like, I usually play it like 13. Oh, I know, Louise. Hey, Bold. You are just in time for us to check out what Carlos has gotten accomplished for us, and it is awesome. Let's get back down here to ground level and we'll kind of, well, like Tegid Cam walk around, but look at the moss he's got hanging from the trees. Look at like just the leaf work, like the overgrowth that he's created. Is that not incredible with a little bit of moss rock sticking up? As soon as he messaged me, because you know, you wouldn't just pass your zoo off to just anybody that wanted to work on it, but when Carlos sent me a DM on Discord, I was like, yes, when can you take it? Because I knew it was going to turn into something like this. Look at the vines and stuff growing up the tree. He's just thought of so much that I would not have thought of. The Amani Trail in Suyana. You are kidding me. Look at the freaking moss. And look, he's got like some little tiny trails you can take around the trees. This is killer. I am 100% going to have to do some cinematics in here. Look, they've got their little pond here. He even has some grates in the water. He's had this for, he had the file for a little under 2 weeks. I'd say he had it for about, whoa, hello. I'd say he had it for like, oh, I got to get a screenshot of that. That's just too stinking cool. I'd say he had this for about 11 days, maybe 12. That is killer. Yeah, I'd say he didn't have this but 11 days. Uh-oh, whoa! Look at that elevated path with the support structure. You would have an epic view up here from them, and you would be shaded. Look at the little tiny rock work kind of sticking up out of the ground. I don't even know what he used on that. Temple stone support beams. Oh, gotcha. We'll have to remember that. Man, Carlos is just like just a master at realism. Could you imagine like if Carlos and Remnant got together to build a zoo? And just look at the netting to hold the rock back. Here's the little keeper. Okay, so he has him a little backstage area over here too. Look, he's got the little information signs here. This is killer. Carlos, if you end up watching this back, you did an amazing freaking job. Yes, I am 100% going to have to get some cinematics recorded for this. So see, they are right. The Amani Trail is right past our, kind of like our Indian rhinos over here. Look at our little monkeys in here. Our little capuchin monkeys running across the mud. They're actually supposed to be over there, so I think they've escaped. And sorry, Carlos, but I am definitely going to be stealing your tree design here. Oh yeah, King and Zeke, and this is just... Is this not exactly just a perfect little compliment to Suyana and kind of what we've been doing? It just fit with the park so well. And so see, you actually... See, I need to redo their exhibit as well. I mean, the little Okapi exhibit, because some of you guys were telling me they definitely do not have enough hiding. So we'll work on that. But yeah, this is basically to get to the Amani Trail. From this side, you come down kind of by our tiger exhibit. So there's our tigers kind of laying around. And we have the giant tortoise over here as well. Remember, this is here's their little spot. So yeah, you come kind of, and see, it keeps that mysterious kind of element like Suyana has. Like, you know, you don't know what's down this path, but you have to go investigate, and you come upon this trail. And I think this just worked out killer. Just the whole vibe of it just fits. It's just weird, like when you get people in to build for you. I mean, just the way they think. You like just stuff that just letting another imagination get in here and just think of stuff you never would have. An elevated nature trail never crossed my mind. Like the elevation that we're kind of looking at, it just was solely the treehouse village. But as far as the way that they that Carlos incorporated the animals, we have a little elevation over here where the waterfall is, kind of at the floating mountains, but jeez, this is insane. And when you kind of raise up and you go over here, look, remember, like this was all green right here. So this was a massive grass open patch that I had no clue what we were going to do with it. And he's just filled that in perfect. Yeah, you're right, Bluefin, because even like, I don't know, there's just so much that, I mean, we've went in and we've looked at a lot of the exhibits and kind of started rethinking them. But the way that those guys like Remnant and Carlos work, it's just made me rethink every little piece that I've put down prior to this. I mean, look, we still have to get in here. Once we get the we'll get the Polar Bear Research Center done and on the workshop, probably in another stream or two. We may even jump over here in a little bit and kind of get that rolling. But then we'll jump back into Suyana and kind of start getting some more worked on. Like you can see, I even started working on the adventure tour a little bit, at least the area where you leave the station. And so we've got to get this worked up a little. This is kind of where they first come out of the station. Down this main little, here they come. They're a little low. But I like the track not being exposed as much as possible. I wish you could toggle that off. Wouldn't that be cool? if we could just tell it to make the track invisible. So yeah, this will be like, this is like the whole little entrance area to the Jeep, to the adventure ride. And then this is that gift shop that I've been showing you guys on the on kind of like our little blueprint map. So this is kind of what I was like, and how you could look out, like out of the glass from the shop and watch people walk by. Oh yeah, I could almost be completely out of Planet Zoo inspiration, and then like once a month when Remnant puts out a Balboa episode, I'm like, okay, let's get back in. There's more that can be done. The Gharial exhibit, I kind of poked around at it a little bit. It looks pretty good, like their lagoon, as far as being able to kind of walk by and look in on them. But yeah, Carlos just ran with that, he just absolutely ran with the whole Suyana vibe. And it just, the spot fit perfect right past the rhinos. Did I mention I love the hanging moss? Like, I need to replicate this and put it in a couple different places in the zoo. And shooting people in the face with a sawed-off shotgun. That has to be a part of the streaming from time to time. Gek is alluding to our Red Dead Redemption 2 streams. We pop off one of those about once a week. What do you guys think of this retaining wall he did? Is that not epic? Like, you know, they just had to, like, just drag a bunch of that out of here, or like, you know, just think of all the excavating work that had to be done here, and then to pin that up and shore that up. Just killer. And just like the little implied fencing, like, stay out of here, please. This is fun. I'm definitely going to have him back on. Here's our little giraffes. Which it would probably look a little more realistic if I did a secondary little fence right here. But, you know, we'll get to it. Gek, if I had meerkats, here's where they would go. This is like my little implied meerkat exhibit. I'd imagine they'd have their little tunnels and all of that. And you could watch them kind of run around and dig and play and chase each other and watch out for predators that wouldn't come, but they wouldn't know that. That to your right's kind of lion backstage. And then you get to our African elephant section. Always fun to come over and watch these guys. Oh, has ZZ made some implied little meerkat designs? I'll have to go check those out. Joe said, if you could swap out any animal in the game for a similar but better animal, what would it be? I don't know. I'd almost swap out the, I mean, even though I love the Indian rhinos, I would almost swap them out for black rhinos. I just think the black rhinos would just, you know, even though these guys are cool, it would, I just think it'd be killer to see them in the game. Must be feeding time. They're trotting over. Yep. And if I could, I would trade the Komodo dragons for the American alligator. Or they could just give us the American alligator, because these guys are cool too. I'd probably, yeah, I could see swapping the Himalayan brown bear for sloth bears. Yep. These guys just go crazy at feeding time. Pillowy Access has joined us. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, you know another thing we were going to do? Let's get over here to the mountains. Oh, I didn't. If any of you guys haven't caught it in a while either, this is kind of like our new saltwater crocodile lagoon. We've kind of actually put a kind of almost like a pool bottom on it, just for safety of the staff and cleaning purposes. So yeah, we kind of took out the muddy bottom, and we have like the pool bottom in here where the crocs are. Yeah, probably that's probably better. Yeah, swap out the monitors for instead of the Komodos for American alligators. But look, what we could do, or remember kind of what we were saying we need to try, is maybe incorporating some of the Australian animals past the mountains over here. So I wonder if our ranger station could be like a neat little, you know, like welcoming area for some of those animals. Even if not over here, you know, we'll find a spot for it. But let's see, what did we do with that? There's Storybrooke. Here we go. You know, that doesn't look too bad back there. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like a, you know, an Australian ranger station. I mean, or an outback station. Technically, we just called it a ranger station. So we could put, you know, there's a lot of stuff we could put back here, but this could be like one of the main, kind of like the little theming element back here. Then I could take the path so we could like encompass it back here. But this could be like the first building you encounter once you come underneath the mountains. Oh yeah, thanks King Terra. You guys helped me. This made it to the front page. This and Storybrooke made it. I was telling Claire yesterday, sometimes with this foliage like this, this kind of like almost rainforest type setting, the mist just really kind of helps add in that extra pop of kind of mysteriousness, doesn't it? And then of course putting down the colored roof pieces to kind of give that look of really, really like pristine, clear water. And in this area, it comes to life. It's pretty cool at night too. really kind of glows, starts to glow and lights up. The mountains turn blue. See, even the water kind of turns like a green. This right here, this is something that I wish was in the game. I figured it, like, I've called it like a quote-unquote adventure club, but it is a little stand that, you know, they're kind of dotted out all over the zoo, and when you go to them, there would be a staff member there that would, like, you get little prizes and stuff, and the staff member sends you on missions throughout the zoo to study different animals or find out what a specific animal eats, and then you take it on to the next adventure club little hut here to get another clue, and like at the end you get some kind of prize or something like that, just some kind of interactive little like adventure club for the zoo that like almost like a scavenger hunt type of thing. I thought that would be cool. So yeah, maybe we could work something out back here with the ranger station. Get it covered with a get it surrounded by some more foliage and. All right, King, we'll see you, buddy. Thanks, Zekin and Sumi. Yeah, the water or the lighting here was a big part of the whole kind of Pandora vibe. Definitely knew we had to get the lighting correct. Yep, if we just had some more interactive stuff. We actually need to work. We need to spend a stream here coming up and like try to work on some lighting, like here especially, because look, I mean, we don't even have like Jaguar Falls is not lit. The entrance is very dark. Let's see what kind of like the little Main Street area is okay-ish on the right side of the road, but the left side over here is totally dark. Michelle's buildings are lit really well, but kind of going around. I mean, I know zoos aren't typically open past 5 or 6, but we would still want this lit, like if we do after hours type events, like some zoos do, like Boo at the Zoo at Halloween, and extra little like paid experiences where they let people in the zoos at night. All of this is kind of way too dark for that. But too, as far as like animal welfare and stuff goes, they're not going to have like big giant stadium lighting everywhere. What's up, Spicy Beans? This is the Chimp Ridge right here. Let's see what this looks like from inside the little cave. You would definitely get a good view of them right here, especially making their way up to the house. This was originally intended as Woody's Himalayan brown bear exhibit, but I switched it and changed it into a chimpanzee exhibit. So this is like Chimp Ridge. Yeah, and see the adventure trucks are not lit very, very much. Gift shop's lit pretty good. Hotel's kind of dark inside. Let's kind of look over this way. My little market area up here is lit pretty good. This is kind kind of wanted this to be like almost like an outdoor flea market type area, just with all kinds of little merchant shops on each side, and even here in the middle of the street, you know, you'd have this theming where, you know, people were selling their things. This is the customs house. Let's see, over here at the giraffes. Yeah, see, I don't even have the elephant tree lit up, or the little giraffe section. Yes, I think we will have us a Suyana lighting stream coming up fairly fairly soon. That's kind of cool over here where Carlos has this. That little bit of fencing right there has the little light post on top. Yeah, we definitely do not need steps in the dark. Hey, what's up, Leaf buddy? Thank you. You know what we could do? We could try to light up these, light up the waterfall here right now, especially because it's such a staple. Like right when you come in the zoo. Hey, what's up, Micah? Yeah, we're just kind of just doing some quick lighting over here where the Jaguar Falls is at. I'd actually planned on jumping in and doing a little more work on the polar expedition. I don't know if we'll get time to do that tonight, but we'll definitely jump in tomorrow and kind of start more work on the polar exhibit. That kind of looks pretty cool, getting the edges a little more lit. Just something to make this pop at night. It's got a really cool glow to it. Mr. Gomez! Moin! Mr. Gomez, we absolutely love your electrical box and your little, like your magazine stands too. I've got your little electrical boxes tucked away right here, kind of helping power the radio tower on top of the ranger station. And you guys, if you haven't picked up Mr. Domez's little stands as well, I love these right here. Look at the little info and the little pamphlets here. Is that not killer? So yeah, big shout out to Mr. Domez for helping us out with the little intricate detail type things, you know? That is definitely his specialty. And what we'll also do here is we will pull out Mr. Herman's lighting package. Yep, you will not find an S-stand park without a couple Mr. Domez elements in it. Oh yeah, Mikey, you missed the beginning of the stream. I'll take you all back over there real quick and let Mr. Domez see it too. That's why we're back in this. Carlos G sent me back the Suyana today. So let's go back to the daytime. Watch your all's eyes a second, because we're going to flash back to about 13 here in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now check this out, Micah. This is what Carlos has come up with for me. Amani Trail. Look at the epicness of that tree. And he's got us an elevated nature trail. Like what? How? And look, the little guests, yes, they do go up there and use that. He decided to put us some bongos in here. And then see how, like, just like in real zoos, everything just kind of dead ends at, like, they're, you know, it just stops. It's got the custom supports on those, like, I believe those are the Brazilian nut trees. Yes. My favorite tree in the game. I know, Mr. Domez, look at this retention wall he built over here with this netting. Is that not epic to hold all that rock back? And he had this park for like 11, maybe 12 days. I know he didn't have it for 2 weeks. He maybe have had it a week and a half. And he just did a killer job on this. This is kind of like the little backstage area. It's blank inside there, but this is like their implied little backstage area. And you can access this from both sides. You can go in from where we came from, like where the Indian rhinos and the Komodo dragons are, or you can access the trail right down from the giant tortoise and the bonobos here, or excuse me, the okapis. And the tiger exhibit. So you can access the trail from both sides of the zoo, essentially. Like, that would be an awesome little pass-through. Be like a little secret of the zoo that, like, season pass holders or frequent guests would learn. Like, if you want to get back here to the tigers quick, take Amani Trail, right? Like, you know, you tell people go right past the Indian rhinoceros and take Amani Trail to the back side, and you come right out where the okapis and the tortoises are and the tigers. It's got the custom supports. I was just floored. Look, it even has the drainage over here in their little pond. I was telling them before, you know, sometimes you know, like you wouldn't just let, you know, just anybody that randomly messages you like, hey, do you care if can I build something in Suyana? You know, more times or not, I'd probably be like, well, you know, no, not really. I'm just, you know, kind of just doing my thing. But when Carlos messaged me, he sent me a DM on Discord. Just, you know, I don't have my own Discord, but he sent me a message and said, hey, man, totally okay if you say no, but I have an idea that I think could fit in Suyana really well. Is there any way you could let me just take it for a couple days and see if I could make this idea work? Like, and I'm like, as soon as I saw it was Carlo, I'm like, when do you want it? That was just one of those, you know, it'd be like Mr. Gomez or Remnant or something saying, hey, can I take over your park for a week? There's some things I want to change or I think I can make better. You know, it's like, yes, please. And it just, yeah, like he had it for about a week and a half and he just messaged me today and said, all right, man, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark you as a contributor on the workshop and make it private. And you can download it and let me know what you think. He's like, I hope you like it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't even have to look at it, and I know I'm going to like it. He sent me some screenshots, you know, kind of as the week went on. And, you know, I was just like, this is going to be epic. And, yeah, he was not kidding. And that is all that's all he did. Like I said, hopefully maybe he'll come back one of these days. But this right here was just a big, giant open spot. And he has just crushed it with his week and a half. Yeah, if Carlos is asking you, you do not say no. Absolutely not. Like, he took the time to watch these videos, and he was like, man, I think I can make something happen. I'm like, you absolutely can. Check this out. Just a little bit of kind of like the, you know, you'd see these little pieces of rock. They're just from the temple stone. And he's just sunk them in. Just that little bit of, you know, like rock debris. Makes it just look so believable, you know? So yeah, Micah, this is what Carlos got done. Yeah, like I said, Carlos and Remnant, like they make you rethink your whole Planet Zoo existence. They are just, well, you know, and literally they quite did make me rethink Suyana's existence. Those two made me go in and change a bunch as far as habitat design goes and all that. Just game breaking type individuals. Went in and took a lot of clutter out of the Jaguar exhibit as well. Yeah, no doubt. I could. A lot of people could use that. Oh, and this big tree over here, yeah, like I already said, his like the main little entrance tree right here with the moss hanging off of it. I am definitely stealing that. I have to. And look, he even has. Let me kind of get back down in here a sec. There are even little, like, see, there are little shoot-off trails that you can go down. And see, he's got the vines growing up the tree. You can even make your way around the tree. And look at the little info boards. I think I'm gonna get another screenshot right here. That is just killer. Yeah. He outdid himself this time. I remember telling Beyond Drew like that Carlos had the file. He's like, well, you're not gonna regret that. But then Drew said, or maybe you will, because his part is going to look awesome. I'm like, hey, what are you trying to say? $228 custom objects to support this. Phenomenal job. And look, like you don't even know that that's like that is how cool it is and just hidden even from up here, you know. But yep, there is a lot going on here. Look at the little like pathway he has up here. Little stone steps go all the way across this. I know I would be over here. This would be the first place I would go. And like I said earlier, it's over here in the shade. Oh yeah, Domez, we definitely want to keep those going. We're enjoying doing those for you guys live like this as well. Because remember before we would record them and then we would just do voiceovers and you know, but we've just found it so much more fun to do them live and take your guys' real-time feedback and questions and suggestions and you know, Bluefin's usually there, Sumi. We definitely enjoy it live. Nina Popdimatrova says, wow, that is exactly what I said, Nina, as soon as we loaded this up. Yeah, I hadn't had Suyana in like a week and a half. That's kind of why we've been buying some time, doing some little blueprint builds, which I think will still keep up because you guys are really liking just the little one-off blueprint builds. So, you know, I'm having fun building them. This is one of the first ones that we did on kind of like our Suyana break. We did the Ranger Station. So this was kind of like what we came up with. Came up with is like a long-term type of Ranger Station. Like, you know, these researchers and all that, they don't go home very often. They live and work here for months at a time. This is like their little greenhouse. I use the smoke to make it look like mist is coming down to water their plants, like to keep their plants hydrated. And up here, this little building, this is like their living quarters, you know, where their bunks and everything are. This is like the telecommunications office. And down here, it's kind of like the main offices, the administration. This is Fury 4's bulldozer I brought in from the workshop. Just looked too awesome not to bring in. These are kind of like our little kennels back here, you know, in case they'd find wild dogs or something they'd have to bring back and relocate, or, you know, any kind of animal they'd have to bring back and house overnight or something, you know. Got the solar panels up on the roof. We've got their watchtower they can go up in. And then lastly over here, this Ranger Station has a veterinary surgery center. So, you know, it's funny you stopped by, Domez, because I was telling them, we had mentioned you, I think a live stream or two ago, talking about like, why can't Planet Zoo, how awesome would it be if they gave us these little pieces? You know, like the little laptops and the folders, the little shelves, the desks, filing cabinets, lockers, little oxygen tanks. I mean, how cool would this be if these came in a pack for us, or these were just scenery items? You know, look, there's a little glove box and a sink. Like, we need that stuff, especially our interior inclined people. Look at these. They've got like little masks they can put on them, like probably for the anesthesia and stuff, you know? And the light systems, the little, like, what would you call this? Like a little sonogram machine, or like a little EKG machine or something. Like, that stuff's awesome. We need this little stuff. Mr. Domez, if we had that little stuff, we wouldn't have to bug you so much. But yeah, it feels good to feels pretty good to have Suyana back. We'll kind of have to get back in here and mess around a little bit, you know? Yeah, that's the only problem with Drew and I. It's like when we do it, it's usually like when we get home, which is almost always like after we get home and eat and get ready to, you know, like get ready to really record. It's typically like 6:30 or 7-ish our time. So that usually puts it at like anywhere between that puts you guys anywhere from like midnight to 3 or 4 a.m. with us. So it can be a little tough on the actual watching it live, but you know, that's what's so cool about doing them, you know, just right here like this. They, you know, they're ready to go like an hour after the stream's over. They're kind of like just uploaded and they're on there and ready for you guys when you all get up in the morning, or if you catch a lunch break. So, you know, that's cool too. This is like our little croc lagoon over here. This used to be a mud bottom, like I was telling everybody earlier, but we kind of changed it up and went with more of like a pool bottom, just for you know, cleanliness and keeper safety. Yep, there's only so much we can do with the little pieces. You kind of have to, you know, if they would just give us a little pack like that, you know. I was able to get most of like the 100 little gharial babies that were in here. We've got them out. So that was a task. But anyways, guys, yeah, I guess since I've already kind of like wasted an hour of your time here, I'll jump off here tonight, so people that wanted to come in and kind of just see what Carlos was able to do won't kind of get clogged up with that and working on the Polar exhibit. But we'll jump back into that tomorrow when I get home from work and kind of continue work on that. So, but yeah, this will, I'll probably rename this. I don't know. I won't name it Planet Zoo and Chill. I'll do something with Suyana, so the people that want to come back and watch it for that can kind of come in and recap this hour with us and see what Carlos was up to for the last for the last week and a half. But yeah, tomorrow, be on the lookout for some more polar research action. We'll get back on that. But yeah, guys, anyways, thank you for stopping by and hanging out, and swing back by tomorrow if you want to get in on some snow action, and we will continue our build over there. And big thank you to Carlos if you end up watching this back. Big thank you for taking care of that big spot that I did not know what to do with. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Mr. Gomez, Sumi, Micah, Robdo. Definitely fun. Warble Leaf. We will Bold if you're still out there, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. See you, Bluefin. See you, Jake.